Law and People has been bringing to the viewers various matters of legal interest which has the potential to affect the life of the individuals at some time or the other. Sports is a way of life. It is an expression of human ability which is done individually or through team events between sports and law. Sports law is an amalgam of laws that apply to athletes and the sports they play. It is not a single legal topic with generally applicable principles. Sports law touches on a variety of matters including contract, tort, agency, antitrust, constitutional, labor, trademark, sex discrimination, criminal and tax issues.
Hello and welcome to another edition of Law and People. We cover up various topics on different legal aspects, but this time, for the first time, we are covering a workshop, and that is also something unique, something special, something very well significant, both for sports and law.
A one-day national workshop on sports law and management was held at Guwahati University on 21st July 2018, which was jointly organized by University Law College, Guwahati University and Studio Nilima, and sponsored by Bar Council of India. A large number of dignitaries from law and sports background, along with law students and sports lovers, attended this workshop, which was organized for the first time in the northeastern region on the topic sports law and management. The inaugural session began with the felicitation of the dignitaries on the dais, which included Justice L. Nageshwar Rao from Supreme Court of India, Professor Hedden Oppe, Senior Fellow, Melbourne Law School, retired Judge A.P. Mishra, Supreme Court of India, Dr. Mridul Hazarika, Vice Chancellor, Guwahati University, Justice Apurva Goswami, Guwahati High Court, Justice Ujjal Bhuya, Guwahati High Court, Advocate General of Assam, R.C. Barpatro Gohai, and Honorable Chief Justice, Guwahati High Court, Ajit Kumar Singh. After the felicitation of the dignitaries, the traditional lighting of the ceremonial lamp took place. In his welcome address, Dr. Mridul Hazarika, Vice Chancellor, Guwahati University, spoke about the importance of sports law for everyone in the sports industry.
I am always honored to have so many luminaries in this campus and together, and this I hope I'll continue to enjoy your support. I'll continue to see you here in the campus, and that will not only enthuse us, as I always feel, that will take us to a much greater height in the days to come. All of you are the strengths for us, and we need to use your strengths for a better university. Now I assure you, this university has the greatest potential to become the top 10 universities in the country.
Justice L. Nageshwar Rao, Honorable Judge, Supreme Court of India, in his inaugural address spoke about the role and importance of sports law as an integral part of continuing legal education.
I have the task of speaking about the importance of sports law in continuing legal education. Let me start off by speaking about the legal education and the importance of continuing legal education for lawyers, and then connect it with sports law. About 70 years back, we have given to ourselves a constitution which guarantees to every citizen in this country justice, political, social and economic. And this justice to be brought to the citizens, it should be only by a role played by every one of us. And a very important role is to be played by members of the legal fraternity, of which legal practitioners are a part.
The keynote address of the inaugural session by Professor Hedden Oppe AM Senior Fellow, Melbourne Law School, was a tremendous experience for everyone in the audience as he made his presentation on the case for sports law in the curriculum. What elements of sports law are capable of study? Where and to whom can sports law be taught? How sports law has been received by the students around the world.
Internationally recognised brand in regard particularly tennis and clothing. And this very dapper gentleman holding a tennis racket is Henri Lacoste. He was a century ahead of his time in doing marketing in sport. And so athletes can make money. The contracts that are required, what rights do they have to sell? What can they sell in order to make money? These endorsement contracts are important. If you bid successfully for the Olympic Games, the International Olympic Committee will say to India, you must change your intellectual property laws to protect us from being ambushed by the competitors. Your big companies will want to support the Olympics, but they will wish to be protected from their competitors. So it is a complex area. And if you look at these two gentlemen who are Formula One racing drivers, you will see that they are covered in logos. Sport is big business, as you know from the IPL, but there are many sports.
The concluding speaker of the inaugural session, Justice Retired A.P. Mishra, former Judge, Honourable Supreme Court of India and Chairman of Legal Education Committee, Bar Council of India, spoke about the prospects for sports law in the curriculum, any standardization requirements of curriculum design, methods to keep the curriculum refreshed.
I learned that once again going to the same thing again and again. I don't repeat those things. I want to digress myself. When I say digress, I mean, is it not possible to check the very content of litigation? We are going to litigation. Why? Is there something to be done, even for sports law? If you can stop the initiation, something to be done by which the very concept of multiplying litigation reduced, it will be a wonderful thing. It will be a very difficult task.
In this one-day workshop on sports law and management, there were 3 sessions. The first session was by a keynote address by Professor Hayden of Melbourne University. Then the second session was on the topic sports and society, and the third session was on the future of sports. Prominent personalities from different backgrounds associated with both sports and law gave ample and many significant and important aspects of sports law in the sports industry of India.
The topic for the session 1 was on sports and society, which was moderated by Nandan Kamath.
Proportionality of the penalty vis-a-vis the alleged offence, keeping in mind the regulations that the ICC had themselves for banning a player, I think, for 1 game if caught tampering the ball.
In the session, Justice Ujjal Bhuiya, Judge, Guwahati High Court, spoke on why governance matters in sports, when and why do courts intervene in disputes that are primarily meant to be resolved through internal dispute resolution mechanism.
In South Africa is known as the Rainbow Nation. In India also, earlier it used to be hockey, now the popularity of cricket is there.
Usha Nath Banerjee, Senior Advocate, Calcutta High Court, Ombudsman, Cricket Association of Bengal, Chairman, Disciplinary Committee, spoke about the disciplinary matters and proceedings relating to certain on- and off-field conduct by players, officials and sports participants. Mr. Amitabh Chaudhary, Acting Secretary, BCCI, spoke about the methods and procedures available to resolve selection disputes in both measurable and non-measurable sports.
Made by Nandan, who's a scholar in sports law. The 3 were relevance of autonomy in, as I understand, in the evolution and running of sports organizations anywhere in the world, including India. Irrespective of a climate of opinion which may have built up over the years on the subject of autonomy or subject of discipline indiscipline, misconduct related to games and sports in India or abroad, I still think that autonomy is something which needs to be fundamentally incorporated in the running of sports anywhere in the world.
Dr. Mrs. Ansu Jamsenpa, first woman to scale the summit of Mount Everest 2 times in 5 days, and only woman to scale the summit of Mount Everest 5 times, modestly shared her experience with a packed audience about how much sports law is relevant and important in the present modern sports world in India.
Enthusiasm in me. So I'm always ready to learn something new. So therefore I have tried my hand in different fields. Like I have acted in a national award winning movie as a lead actress. I have organized a state level championship. I took part in car rally. And I've organized beauty contest, singing competition. And and I'm very crazy about bike. So I own one Royal Enfield bike. And I'm very fond of music, so I'm learning guitar also. And there are so many things in my bucket list.
The topic of the session 2 was the future of sports, which was jointly moderated by Professor Hadan Oppi, M. and Nandan Kamath. Justice Arup Kumar Goswami, Judge, Guwahati High Court, former first-class cricket player of India, spoke on what does integrity mean and what role does it have in sports. Speaking on the occasion, Anirudh Chaudhary, the treasurer of BCCI, spoke on the challenges of punishing match fixing and other manipulation under the existing legal regime.
This signifies that there is an incremental value that may be given to the quantity of integrity a person's character may contain. And therefore, I think the key aspect is what is wrong and what is right is different in terms of integrity and is different in terms of law. And what may feel morally wrong may not be illegal, but what may feel to be morally wrong may come in the subsection, the sect, the part of the Venn diagram that considers it illegal.
Dr. Bishwajit Pasumatari, presenting Sai Sonapur, enlightened about the significance of sports law as an organizer and participating players. Dr. Subhas Basumatari, Regional Director Sai, Guwahati, spoke on the growing expectation of on-field safety, measures to promote safety, and provision for those injured in combat sports in terms of liability of the event organizers, federations, and opponents. Dr. Abhijit Salvi, Anti-Doping Age Verification and Medical Consultant, BCCI, spoke about the principles behind anti-doping regulation, the legal standards, and consequences of cheating in sports. Dr. Richa Sharma, research scholar at NLU Gujarat, spoke about the sports law teaching and the various types of courses available in India. The seminar saw a lot of top BCCI officials. Other sports was represented by authorities from Sports Authority of India and an Australian sports law expert. Participants from sports bodies of tough body contact sports like hockey, soccer, boxing, wrestling would have probably made the seminar more interesting. However, the deliberations in the seminar was an eye-opener for many and a first time for the people of Northeast.
मुझे इस बात की खुशी है कि एक नए विषय के दिशा में भारत का स्पोर्ट्स फ्रेटर्निटी जा रही है। ये बड़ी अच्छी बात है। और जो चीज़ें पहले बहुत महत्वपूर्ण शायद नहीं मानी जाती थीं, अब इस नए दिशा में चलने के बाद उनका महत्व बढ़ेगा। और यह चीज़ जो कॉन्टेक्सचुअल एवोल्यूशन हो रहा है खेल का, उसमें आप देखेंगे इससे तालमेल भी है।
सबसे मोस्ट ब्यूटीफुल पार्ट ऑफ दिस सेमिनार क्या है?
आई थिंक इंस्टेड ऑफ मेकिंग एनी ड्रामेटिक आंसर्स, महत्वपूर्ण बात यह है कि जितने भी पैनलिस्ट थे सबों ने ऐसा माना कि इस विषय पर काम होना चाहिए और इस विषय की ओर लोगों को आकर्षित करना चाहिए, और अपने आप में यह एक विशाल विषय है। अगर इतना ही हम सामूहिक रूप से स्वीकार लेते हैं तो मुझे लगता है ये अपने आप में एक बड़ा अचीवमेंट है.
This workshop, according to me, is excellent, excellently organized, and according to me, it's the need of the time. The way sports is booming in India, the recent example is Hima Das, but otherwise, sports in general is booming in India. The way sports is moving, today it is necessity of the time to have sports law introduced in almost all the universities in India so that we can create specialist sports lawyers.
I have with me a special guest, Dr. Anshu Jansampa, who has been a real sports icon not only for the state of Arunachal Pradesh but the whole of Northeast, I would say whole of India. Please tell us your experience about this workshop. How do you feel it? How important it is?
Well, for me, it was an eye-opener. There's a lot of things that I learned today through this workshop, and still we have some more sessions to go. And I'm hopeful that this workshop will bring positive changes for the sports person, and it will help in promoting sports in India.
Sometimes sports is all for fun, but now sports have become very competitive. Sports has become an industry. So you yourself being a professional sports person, how important is the sports law in the present scenario in the Northeast?
It is very important because, without this law, like we are like a directionless, So if once we have this, this sports law, then we'll have a clear-cut picture we'll have more understanding, So I just want to tell them that there's no shortcut to success. Believe in your hard work, believe in yourself, and just aim for your other side.
I basically came as a guest, mostly as a listener, to listen to the various perspectives on the developments in sports law in India, because sports law is seeing continuous change in terms of how it needs to be applied to different sports, because different sports have different governing bodies, and secondly, with rapid changes in technology, the requirement of change in sports law is far more as compared to, let's say, other areas of law. So particularly, for instance, I was listening to the views on how selections take place with respect to measurable and non-measurable sports, which I found pretty interesting. So things like that have made me understand new things about sports law.
I am a final year student of University Law College, Guwahati University. And today here I am very blessed to have attended this workshop organized by University Law College, sponsored by Bar Council of India. From the very beginning of my life, I have played a lot of sports, but I never knew that there is an access between law and sports. And today, attending the seminar, I am very blessed that I know that there is a field of there is an access between sports and law, and we can achieve a lot in the field of in law. If we pursue any such kind of career in sports and law.
I'm faculty out there in University Law College, Guwahati University. So far, the session has been quite interesting. We have lots to know about sports law and sports law, since it's a baby law in India. We are trying to learn things. Though I had some preliminary knowledge about sport law rights from the sports policy of 1984-2001, yet I believe that India lacks a kind of comprehensive legislation on sports law. I believe in coming years we will have that. And with this introduction, of course, I believe partly today's part, Northeast, will be doing good, because people from Northeast are quite interested in sports, and law cannot be segregated from that. I believe we'll have a wonderful event.
A national workshop on sports law has been very impressive. We have learned so many new areas with regard to sports law, and what I believe is that we should include sports law in our curriculum, apart from having separate legislation, as just now what he has said. I agree to what he has said, and I think we should include sports law, because that is totally new so far as this area of India is concerned, and of course India is concerned, so that should be a part of our curriculum.
This national workshop has been organized by the University Law College, Guwahati University, jointly with us, Studio Nilima. It's a collaborative network for researchers and developers, and it was sponsored firstly by the Bar Council of India, and secondly by the Assam Cricket Association, with monetary contribution from the Guwahati University. The purpose of this is a certificate course is being introduced in Guwahati University from the next academic year,
about sports law.
Today you have heard so many things from that main organizers, and that we have invited all the learned members from Australia. Heathen is here, all the BCCI people are here. They have given the full assurance and regarding the inauguration of the sports law subject by the Guwahati University, and this will be the fourth in India, because first one is by National Law School Bangalore, second one by Gujarat National Law School, and third one by that Jindal Global School in Sonipat. So this will be the fourth time. This is a good gesture by the Guwahati University.
Everything which begins has to come to an end. This one-day workshop on sports law and management at the Guwahati University has come to an end with a lot of prominent panelists from different sports and law background focus on the various issues concerning sports law in India. Northeast is considered as one of the sports hub, and today for the first time since the seminar is being held, we have seen a different type of integration between sports and law. It was a wonderful experience for not only for the students, budding lawyers and many sports lovers who may not be knowing much about sports law.